process. What is one thing you do for your photographic process, the part in the camera, behind the camera, when you're actually taking the pictures, that saves you time?
I turn off the lights, ambient lights.
Okay.
Whatever ambient light. If I go to a bride's house, she's getting ready, or I go, I'm shooting a bar mitzvah, right? During the ceremony process, I don't interfere. But when I do the portraits after the sequences, ceremony, brunch, and then we do portraits. When I do the portraits, the family portraits and the boys' portraits, we stage a little bit. I turn off all the lights. I go to a bride's house, getting ready, or groom's house, getting ready, lights off, all of them.
Interesting.
That's the first thing is say, because you have lights coming from the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
That warm light, that tungsten light creates shadows under your nose, under your, and the temperature gets all mixed up because you have a mixture of the tungsten with the window light, and it's a white balance nightmare that takes forever when you're editing. And that's why a lot of photographers just go and do black and white. Black and white is not my thing. I don't like black and white that much. So my style is like the dark and moody and dramatic. So that's the first thing I do. I get to a house, lights off.
Yeah, that definitely, I'm sure that helps get you even closer to that point of, because your editing style is really gorgeous, especially for bar and bar mitzvahs. Like, I've never seen anything like it before. In growing up in that community, I've never seen that before. So, that it totally makes sense to fully take control, take out every bit of the equation, so you are in complete control with whatever lights you bring into the scene, to be able to get you to that dark and moody look that you have you've built over the years. Fantastic. I love that.
It's funny you said that. The New York Times article comes from an interaction between me and the reporter. I didn't know it was a reporter. I was shooting a bar mitzvah, and the New York Times reporter was the boy's uncle, right?
Interesting.
And when we do the portraits, we start the portraits, I'm telling the guy there, the janitor, turn off the lights. I want all the lights off. And he's sitting behind me, and he gets up and he says, "Excuse me, I'm a reporter for the New York Times. I follow photographers around, and I know for a fact that for pictures you need light, and you're turning your lights off. What kind of photographer are you? This is my nephew, huh?" I didn't know who he was.
Right.
I looked back and I told him, "Well, sit down. You're going to learn something today because
enjoy the show."
Enjoy the show. I am light. So that's why I turn the lights off. I have my lights. Turning the lights off, I have total control of ambient light, and I create the light. And the light tells a story. Light is not just to expose a subject or backlight. Light literally tells the story. That's how I approach the bar mitzvahs.
That's so good. That's so good. The controlling the light is actually something that in an episode previously with Charmy Pena, she actually said something very, very similar, different actually than what you said about turning off the lights, but rather a lot of the wedding venues that she shoots in New Jersey, where she also lives in New Jersey, they use certain LED bulbs that look horrible on camera. And she actually has her wedding venues, whenever she's shooting at these venues, she has them swap out the light bulbs for her. So like they actually change the bulbs and the chandeliers and stuff for her. Like she's at the level where she gets those requests handled, but but yeah. So
in the reception hall, I do the opposite. Reception hall, I want ambient light,
right,
as much as possible. I go to the DJ as his lights pointing at the right. So I go to him and I say, "Look, the first dance, I don't want to interfere with your light shows. Couples pay a lot of money for that.
Yes.
On the dance floor, do me a favor. Point all of your lights on the first dance, the couple first dance. Point all of your lights towards the couple, 5,500K as max power as you can."
That's a good,
The opposite.
Yeah, you're getting nice, spotlight type effect to like give them like they're on stage type of look.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
You put your camera at f8, ISO 100, you get those star bursts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You add a light behind you with a honeycomb so that the light doesn't spread, and you have this beautiful dark around them, spotlights, and it's just unique.